Well, welcome to Music Club FM 001. This is a show that I've been thinking about for a long time. We're not going to do any more intro on this one. I want to go straight into the three Reading and Leeds headliners. This playlist, Playcast, podcast, whatever you want to call it, radio show. We're going to start off with the incredible Stormzy. This is Where You Know Me From, one of his absolute best records. Absolutely love this one. Playing the Friday night at Reading and Leeds 2020. Where Do You Know Me From? Stormzy.
Where do you know me from? Where do you know me from? Where do you know me from? Where do you know me from?
That record there, by the way, is literally one of my favourite Stormzy records ever. It's the first one I think I ever heard. Either that or Shut Up. I don't know. But the two are brilliant. Welcome to the show. This week we're going through some amazing records. This first episode is going to be a little bit different, but we're going to go over some more in the future. There's a separate video that explains the format, but we're starting off with the three Reading and Leeds headliners. Where Do You Know Me From by Stormzy was our first record, playing the Friday at Reading, Saturday at Leeds. On the Saturday at Reading, Sunday at Leeds, we have the incredible Liam Gallagher. We'll be going in depth hard on him in his own WTF video at a later date. Big video that requires a lot of time. This is our Dark Fruits record of the week. I don't know what you do. You have to pick Liam Gallagher, summarise him in one record. What do you do? I asked my dad, he says Live Forever. I asked Lauren, my girlfriend, she says Champagne Supernova. I think it's between Rock and Roll Star and Morning Glory. My little brother Will says Rock and Roll Star. I think it's Morning Glory. Twitter, 59.1% Rock and Roll Star. YouTube, 59% Rock and Roll Star. I think we know the answer. Liam Gallagher, Oasis, Rock and Roll Star, your Dark Fruits record of the week. The best thing about this year's headline is that I get to see my first ever headline act. I was fortunate enough to be at Reading in 2008. That was my first year. A lot of people who look at the lineup these days in history see 2008 as one of the best ever, and it was absolutely amazing. There's been some incredible lineups as well. 2012 was amazing, 2011 was brilliant, 2016 was pretty good I think as well. Every year it's great. 2008 would seem to be one that everyone gravitates to, and I think if you look at that lineup, you have the legends that are Metallica on the Sunday, legends that are the Killers on the Saturday, and the formidable Rage Against the Machine opening up the Friday night. They were my first ever headline act that I saw. They came out on stage, all in boiler suits with bags over their head, protesting Guantanamo Bay torture. It was incredible. They played the entirety of this record with those bags on their head. There isn't any video footage that I can find that talks about this, but it was amazing. And this Sunday at Reading, Friday at Leeds, we get to see the incredible Rage Against the Machine take to Richfield Avenue once again, and I cannot wait. Again, WTF video is on the way for them. We're going to be going in depth on them at a later date, but for now, enjoy Bomb Track.
Burn, burn, yes you're gonna burn. Burn, burn, yes you're gonna burn.
Right, okay, we're going to chill out a bit now. That was fun. I thought about that when I had made this video, when I'd conceptualised this. I wanted to go over the first three headliners. I think that's an important part. This show isn't just about Reading and Leeds. We're not going to be doing that. We're going to be going over lots of little different bits, and there's a separate video that's going to be discussing the format of this, so feel free to go watch that. It'll be linked up here. But this is Music Club, this isn't WTF. We're going to be looking at anything that I want to play. We're going to be covering a lot of the artists that I don't know anything about, and that's in a segment we're going to go over later. But for now, what I want to do is talk about an album that I'm really excited that's coming out this week. On Friday, we're getting the 7th album from the Mystery Jets, a band that have continued to release exceptionally high quality music over the last 15 years, well 14 years I guess. 2006 was their first album. They're amazing. It has some brilliant records in the past, but this record is the title track from that album, and it's one that I'm really excited to listen to as a band that continue to put music like it's their fucking sophomore album out. I'm just so impressed. These guys have been around for a minute and they're still hot and fresh, and I'm really excited to check this album out. It could easily be one of the albums of the year. This is A Billion Heartbeats by the Mystery Jets. God, that record is good. I love that song so much. Next, we're going to talk about Glastonbury. Glastonbury as a festival, I'm sure if you follow this channel, you would have seen my reaction to its cancellation. It's a real gutter. I'm really upset that it's not going ahead this year. Fortunately, tickets and stuff mean that I'm going next year, and that's fine. But there was a load of bands that I was excited to talk about. I think like 38 acts I had planned to make videos about for Glastonbury 2020. And kind of as soon as that happened, and we weren't going to talk about them anymore, I got really upset. And you can go and watch the video that I recently did about it and probably tell that I'm just kind of a bit gutted. I'm going to continue to make WTF episodes for some of those artists. There are some artists on that lineup that are really exciting, and I was just really excited to do WTF episodes for. I really enjoy doing them. The research that goes into them is so enjoyable, and then being able to then relay that to you guys, it strengthens my knowledge and it encourages you to listen to new music, and I think that you enjoy that. So I'm going to continue to make Glastonbury videos, probably once a week, sometimes once every 2 weeks. The big artists, people like Kendrick Lamar, that's not like a quick 2-hour job, that's going to take all day. Primal Scream, Robin, Manic Street Preachers, Khalees, Kano, these are big artists. Lana Del Rey, Paul McCartney, Taylor Swift, they're all people that are going to be a lot of fun to go over. But we're going to do it once a week. And we're going to play a record from an artist every single week on this show from that Glastonbury lineup. We're going to call that the Fallen Hero. This week's Fallen Hero is Caribou. So yeah, I just thoroughly enjoyed making that video about Caribou. Going back through his back catalogue, the guy's amazing, and he's someone that's continued to get better and better and better through his career, which a lot of people start strong and kind of fade away. Caribou seems to just be getting stronger and stronger and stronger. I feel kind of similar with people like Tame Impala and like the Mystery Jets, like we were talking about just a minute ago. They seem to consistently get better and better. So Caribou, amazing guy. Go check that WTF episode out. It's up there in the corner if you want to watch that. This record is probably my favourite record by him. It was the first one I discovered. I used to love playing this out as a DJ. It was such a fun record, and it builds and builds and builds. So Caribou, this is Sun. The next artist that I want to talk about, and the next record that we're going to play, is by Danny Brown, who was due to play Glastonbury, is also due to headline the One Extra stage at Reading and Leeds this year, on the Friday at Reading, Saturday at Leeds. An artist that I've been aware about for a long time. The man is an OG rapper. He doesn't sound like he's from Atlanta. He sounds like a traditional Wu-Tang era rapper. You could have dropped him in that era absolutely fine. He has worked with some of the greatest producers, A-Rap Music, DJ Shadow, A-Track. He's also worked with incredible rappers like Kendrick Lamar and A$AP Rocky and Action Bronson. Like, it's unfathomable how good this guy is. Really, it is unfathomable. He's the next WTF artist that I'm going to cover, and he has some amazing records out there. Yeah, so he's an amazing artist, and trying to pick a record that I love by him, When It Rains, really dope. There's some great records, but my favourite one that I've been enjoying a lot over the last kind of year or so, and I think kind of shows that he has evolved as a rapper as well. And this record, this summarises him really well. This is Living My Best Life by Danny Brown.
Came from the sewer where hot dogs got boiled right up in the same pot. Cooked the rock went from.
Next, we're going to talk about an act that are playing at R&L this year. They also played last year. I did a WTF episode about them. If you're watching this video, then there's a link in that corner where you can go and check out that WTF video. They're a really cool band, and they were due to have an album out later this year that's been delayed. The other cool thing about that album being delayed is that their tour's also been delayed. So if you want to go and check them out, they're playing a big tour in other record stores around the country. This band is Sports Team. I have been obsessed with them since probably 2017, I'd say. I think they're absolutely great. First heard Kutcher was their first record. They then released a lot of EPs and have put out just some incredible records heading towards this debut album of theirs. Most of the album is available to listen to, by the way. It's actually out on like other bits. They're just releasing a lot of new records within this. So I did a rant on my video where I talked about it. Album's coming out this month, where I was like, this isn't acceptable, blah, blah, blah. It kind of is, because actually it's already released. There's just a few new records. So you can go and listen to all of those great records, including this song. I was going to put in Here's the Thing, because it's the one that's around at the moment, and it's really a really cool record. But I'm just kind of obsessed with Camel Crew. I think this is a really cool record. It's almost a bit slower for them, but I just really like this record. This is Camel Crew by Sports Team.
The Camel Crew is made of blue hearts in a van with all the light.
So if you've watched the video where I talk about the structure of this, then you'll know that there is the WTF part of this kind of series. We have WTF videos, and then because I don't want to cover all the artists at every single festival, all festivals, this bit covers every act. So this week it's going to be Who the Four rather than Who the Three or Who the Five, and we're going to be looking at 4 artists that I know nothing about or very little about, and we're going to do one from each stage at Reading and Leeds. So we're going to start off by looking at Shabo, who is a rapper from South London. She's a really cool drill artist, bit of a Homet and B kind of thing by Unknown T, that kind of vibe. I said vibe, I hate the word vibe, but that kind of feel. She has a really cool sound, and her flow is a bit more on point. It's a less lazy. There's an article here which says that she is the UK rap's new Queen Bee, and that is on The Face. It's a good article actually. It tells quite a lot about her. She's had videos with GRM Daily and some ridiculous lyrics. I don't wear long nails because it hurt when I'm be slapping a bitch. She's 23 years old, wow, that's mad. And recently done a freestyle, I believe, with Tiffany Calver, so you can go and check that out. She's really cool. She's really, really cool. I'm probably not an artist that I'm going to be checking out because at the festival. She's not kind of what I like to get out of my Reading weekend, but I think if you do like drill and you do like grime and you do like UK rap music, then I think she's definitely someone you should be checking out. This is Anger by Shabo.
Top for a gangster, if he bowling like Lampard. Cantona, Cantona.
Next, we're heading over to the Festival Republic stage, I believe. No, my headphones ran out of battery. Right, we'll go move into... Right, now this is a radio show, I'm wearing headphones, you know what I mean? Next, we're going to look at Honor, ONR. They're about playing the Festival Republic stage on the Sunday at Reading, Friday at Leeds. New EP coming May the 15th, entitled Must Stop. Any records on that I can listen to? So what we've got here is Robert David Shields is professionally known as Honor, or ONR. He's a Scottish singer and songwriter, currently signed to Capitol Records. Bloody hell. So most of his life living in Dumfries and Glasgow. Capitol Records being a subsidiary of UMG. So, you know, we're not talking about a little indie artist here. If you go to the similar artist part on him, it's compared to Imagine Dragons, Vistas and Stereo Honey. Who's he remind me of? He's got a bit of a Sam Fender kind of feel, a little bit more commercial than that, I think. It's not for me. It's not a Jack Webb Music Club kind of thing. Yeah, it's a bit too poppy for me. But you know what? It's playing there, 4th from top on the Sunday at Reading, Friday at Leeds. If you want to go check out Honor, then yeah, this is him. This record is called Human Enough. Next, we're heading into the pit to look at the artist Horror, or HO9909. Latest release was in August 2019. One would assume there's some more music coming out from them. United States of Horror is a record that I listen to. Okay, let's play that. They have this real cool, in-your-face, big sound. They're like dark American hip-hop mixed with like screamy rock, like the kind of ravey as well. They tick all those boxes. A very cool band. In fact, probably, and I should probably do a WTF episode about. What do you think? Should I cover Horror? Let me know down here. This record here is a great representation of them. United States of Horror. Next, we're going to head over to the dance stage to check out Sophie Tucker. It's a duo from New York City. They're a dance pop duo. They released their debut album in 2018. Their most popular record is Their Best Friend, featuring Nervo, The Knox, and Alicia Uno on 36 million views. F*** me. Right. Well, Best Friend by Sophie Tucker. I mean, this best represents them as a duo. They're a pretty popular kind of dance duo, but this record was one that was smashed last year. Would any of these 4 artists that I've just covered, so Shabo, Honor, Horror and Sophie Tucker, do you want WTF episodes for them? Let me know in the comment section below. Right, that ends WTF for this week. So, let's just end on a bit of a high. We've got 2 more records to play. The next one is an album that came out last Friday and I fucking adore. The Chats are a band that I have been obsessed with for the last year. They're from Noosa, so I used to live in Brisbane. They're from Noosa, which is just kind of 2 hours north. It's like quite an affluent area, and to hear like some ratty little punk band come from Noosa doesn't compute with me, but I probably don't know the suburbs. There's some great records they put out: Smoko, Identity Theft, The Clap, Pub Feed, all amazing records. This one's probably my favourite from the album, called Billy Backwash, and they're just basically a bogan Dead Kennedys. This album is so Dead Kennedys, especially from the start, the first record, but this record here in particular is one that I'm obsessed with. This is Billy Backwash by The Chats. And last, but by certainly no means least, I'm going to just end on a fresh record that I've really enjoyed this year. I was introduced to this band from this channel. You guys recommended this band to me, and I went and saw them a couple of weeks ago at Scala in London. It was my last gig for lockdown, probably the last gig that I'll see for a while, and that's Jadoo Heart. If you've ever come across them before, they're really cool. They've actually got quite a big back catalogue, and definitely an act that's worth checking out. This record is one that they played, and I can just remember because he climbed through the audience and he kind of hung on the banister at the back and sang it really loud just right at the end when he kind of screams the last chorus, and it's just a really cool record, one that I would love to share with you. Before I share this one with you though, I just want to say thanks for tuning in this far. It's been really fun. This is going to be something that's distributed once a week on different platforms. I'd love as much feedback as possible how this has worked for you, and how you're consuming this is always great. But for now, I'm going to leave you with Jadoo Heart and Dead Again. Cheers. See you next time.
So that's goodbye from me, and goodbye from Music Club. See you later, gang.